Good evening, and thank you all for joining in our celebration. There's something special about Aquin. It seems like there's always a pattern for every graduating class. In the beginning, we each have our own little group of friends. These groups may not always get along, but over time, they will merge together, one by one, until our final days at Aquin. There's one group, one family, that calls the inside of these walls home. By definition, home is where an individual or family lives. However, home is more than that. It's a safe place of security, a place where we not only live, but thrive. This place has brought each other and every one of us more laughs, more smiles, and more homework than we'll ever need.
These memories we share will last a lifetime. I hope none of us forget the little things, like Alex's yellow helmet for junior high football, the lame dances we had before we were in high school, the wise words of stories that make a lasting impact, even if it's just about eating healthy, getting Father Bulger off topic on unusual educational topics such as exorcisms and crime, treating gym class like it's the Olympics, Nolan sleeping in Mr. Anderson's class nearly every day, Josh being kicked out of geometry due to a misunderstanding, and last but not least, Mr. Shippey's profound relationship advice.
These hallways will never cease to protect our memories. Forever will they be conserved and ready to reminisce upon each time one of us find ourselves revisiting our place of origin. Now are our memories from this year and our sports careers that we always remember. We may all know that Blake and Sawyer have had their fair share of roadkill adventures. One adventure that we all know about was when they stopped, backed up, and picked up a dead squirrel and brought it to school and put it on the back of his skull. Then it made his way to Blake's, Sawyer's, and then Adam's cars. At the end of the day, they got in trouble, and Coach Kramer gave a speech at baseball practice. At one point, he said, "Yes, I know it's the end of the year, and everyone's getting squirrely." Sorry, Coach, but you lost us after that one. You can't expect to say that and not know this laugh, especially when the situation is about a dead squirrel. After that, it started something that continues to this day, but you can only ask those two what happened after that.
Sports for our class have been a big part of our lives. If you'd ask any of us, we would say that our junior year was one of our more successful years. The golf team won both the regional and sectional championship and made it to state as a team for the first time. In football, we made it all the way to the semifinals against Dakota, but I guess we'll just stop right there so we don't have it. But it all worked out pretty well when the girls beat them in the regional championship, and that would only start their journey to a state championship. They won every postseason game by double digits. That's something to be proud of. Some of us may remember that the boys basketball team stayed the night, saw the semifinal game, then drove back to Durand for the regional championship. Thankfully, they won, beating Christian Life. Then for the second year in a row, they made it to the sectional final game, coming up short in overtime. Like before, it didn't stop there. In baseball, we won our second regional championship against Dakota, but lost to Lena in the first round of sectionals. Both Lena and Eastland made it to state, and that means we lost to one of the top teams in the state.
Overall, since our freshman year, our class has been a part of 10 regional championships, 3 sectional, 2 super sectional, 2 state qualifying teams, and 2 state championships. That is something most classes can't say, and we can say that we did this in 4 years.
These past 4 years have been the best of our lives. We will always remember the memories we shared together. But first, we would like to thank our parents for letting us come here and experience what a successful class can do. Also, we would like to thank the teachers and staff for dealing with us and our adventures. Your lessons will stick with us for the rest of our lives. Finally, we would like to thank our fellow classmates for always being there for one another. We would have grown as a family these last 4 years. It's hard to believe that we will go our separate ways next year and barely see each other. But the only thing I ask for is everyone to keep in touch with each other. If we lose touch, then we're going to never see each other. No one wants that, since considering we see each other as brothers and sisters. I wish the best to all of my brothers and sisters, and I love you all. Thank God.